Brainy Dose presents Signs You Are Going to Be Successful. Success is rather subjective, and it can be hard to define, so most associate its meaning as getting to live a life according to who you are and what you want to do. However, it's not always the people you'd imagine who end up fulfilling their highest potential, and it's often through a lot of struggle that people come out on the other end. You see, you don't have to be incredibly smart or privileged to be successful, although it's no secret that it does help. But reaching success is also a matter of having a strong sense of self, being aware of what's wrong in your life, and having the desire and drive to change it. So how do you know if you have what it takes to become successful in life? You definitely have the potential if you have the following signs. You are confident. Confidence is the ability to do what you want to do without worrying about what others will think. You don't avoid potentially uncomfortable situations. You challenge yourself because you're sure you can handle it, and you're positive that you can overcome anything you put your mind to. You're willing to do things that many people are not, and you inspire others to believe that it is possible to achieve success. Being a confident individual means you're not willing to quit, not easily at least. You can trust in yourself and know that your ideas are ones worth listening to. Confidence like this is just what you need to obtain success. You're obsessive. Although frowned upon in countless scenarios, obsession or obsessive qualities can prove to be positive ones when it comes to reaching for your goals. You don't obtain success by merely wanting it. You obtain success by doing everything in your power to grasp it. You're incredibly good at getting what you want because you have to have it. When you become obsessed with an object or idea, you come up with every creative strategic plan you can to obtain it. Be it a job position, a potential business, a certain lifestyle, or whatever you want, you are going to get it somehow. You have a plan to achieve your goals. Having realistic goals is important if you want to become successful in life. You understand this concept very well, so you set specific and strategic goals which will lead you to obtaining the success you want. You make a list of goals to achieve, as well as what you will do daily in order to get yourself closer to achieving them. You are hardworking. You know that it's impossible to reach your goals unless you put in the work. Even if it takes a lot more work to get there than you thought it would, you don't let it stop you. You realize that it will take time, and you're okay with that. You take things one step at a time and find ways to allocate more time for accomplishing your tasks. You have faith. There will always be people who tell you that your dreams are unreasonable or unrealistic. They may try to convince you of their opinion with backstories of their own personal beliefs. But no matter what they say, you focus on your goals and what they mean to you. You have faith that you can make your dreams your reality. You surround yourself with success. The people we surround ourselves with have a big influence on who we turn out to be. In fact, the people in your circle shape your mind and ambitions. If your friends and family work towards success and encourage you to do the same, then you're more likely to do so as well. If you surround yourself with success, then you too will likely become successful. You enjoy the journey. Success takes time, and you may find yourself working toward it with little or no gain for a long while. It can feel very exhausting at times, but you always find a way to make the best out of it. For example, if the hard work starts to become boring or frustrating, you might listen to some music or grab a cup of coffee to keep you going. You get happiness out of knowing that you're doing what you can to reach your goals, and if you keep it up, you are going to become successful. You do more than you talk. You're more of a listener than a talker, because that way you learn more. For you personally, it's more important to spend the majority of your time working toward obtaining your goals instead of merely talking about them. By spending more time on your grind, you know that success is on the way. You are open-minded. It's important to recognize that we all have our own opinions, but it's up to you to decide whether or not you're willing to accept the opinions of others. You will always come across individuals who have differing views from your own, and it's important not to judge them for it. You realize that in order to obtain success, you must be open-minded and willing to accept different ideas or new circumstances. Not to mention, you are willing to hand over tasks to those who you trust will do a better job than you can. You don't compare yourself to others. Everything we see is but a small perspective of a vast universe, almost like a grain of sand on a beach. We can't possibly know everything about everyone, and what we think we know always has the potential to be wrong. We can only compare ourselves to us, which makes it pointless to worry about how we compare to others around us. If you seek to focus on how you could better yourself, then you will definitely be on your way to obtaining success. You are humble. You don't think that you're all that remarkable. You're humble enough to admit that you can learn from others and that you don't know everything. You are fine with not being the smartest person in the room or the most creative. In fact, you actually enjoy surrounding yourself with others who know more than you do. You know how to make the most of your time. It's hard for many people to master time management, but if you make it a point to make the most of your time, then you understand that every moment counts. This may include simply getting up early, making time for the people close to you, and just knowing how to invest your time in a constructive way. If you can do this, then you're most likely going to rise up to success. You stopped having a toxic relationship with money. In the past, you might have been envious of the success and income of other people, but you aren't anymore. You now understand that opportunity is everywhere, and there's room for everybody to earn more. There's plenty of money out there for ambitious, hardworking people like you. If you believe that you can have the money you want and work hard to get there, then you're on the right track. You can de-stress. Successful people always have a lot to do, but it never really seems to bother them. They seem to be very balanced and capable, even when they have mountains of tasks to accomplish. That's because they are able to unplug from stress or anxious feelings. One of the greatest signs that you'll be successful is that you take the time to learn how to acquire a stress-free environment. You believe that your personal well-being is incredibly important, and you don't feel guilty about taking time off. You have something to prove to yourself. When you wake up in the morning, you have a burning desire to take on whatever you need to. Some people keep this flame alive by seeking out the praise and acceptance of others. You, on the other hand, keep it alive by working hard to make yourself proud and happy. You work to feel good, and this is the type of trait that will bring you much closer to reaching your goals. You can adapt to change. To become successful, you must be okay with change and realize that you must do whatever you can to adapt. And you understand this very well. Most likely, there have been circumstances where big changes have occurred in your life. Changes that caused you to have to adapt or improvise. Likely, it wasn't difficult for you to make friends, change schools, or even move to a new country. You don't look at things as starting over. You look at everything as progress in your journey. You're super competitive. Most people who obtain success aren't only more than willing to join in on a race, but they'll do everything they can to win as well. If you've been extremely competitive ever since you were a child, either while playing with others, doing exercises in school, or just working, then you have a pretty good chance at success. When you always have a desire to win, it will always push you toward winning, even more. You are not a people pleaser. Of course, there are people who believe in you, but no matter how good you are, there will always be people who make you feel like it doesn't matter, and you're simply not that great. But you're not concerned about what others think of you, and you don't make it a point to try and please everyone. You focus on yourself and what you care about. You seek feedback. Growing as a person means being aware of areas that call for improvement. This means that you seek feedback from others and ask for advice as to where you could improve. You find feedback, both positive and negative, very helpful because it's valuable information that you can use to make important decisions. If you're always seeking feedback and ways to improve, you're well on your way. You don't complain. It's important to be truthful with the people around you, but you don't complain or criticize others for their opinions or ideas. You've learned over time that solutions are best found when you keep a positive mindset in tough situations. You also find that your mood is much better when you're not complaining, which positively affects how you think and how you communicate. You know what makes you tick. Successful people tend to know exactly who they are, which includes knowing what makes them angry or frustrated. They've worked incredibly hard to overcome past mistakes, and they know their strengths as well as their weaknesses. Are you aware of what makes you feel angry, irritable, sad, or excited? What are your strengths? Can you motivate yourself at will? Having answers to these questions will help you tap into your full potential and set you on the right path to success. It's important to understand that success isn't always about money, titles, or trophies. Sometimes it's about how you've grown as an individual and your journey to get to where you are today. Once you learn to accept that success comes in different shapes and sizes, you'll be one step closer to moving forward, feeling more confident, and ultimately obtaining success. What do you think? Based on this list, do you have what it takes to be successful? Share your thoughts and comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. Thanks for watching.